Hello everyone, welcome back to Base Damage. Hope you're all doing well. Continuing along with the tournament reports, trying to catch up, we are going to be taking a look today at these particular three that all happened on the same weekend of August 17th. Sydney, Australia, Manila, Philippines, and the Netherlands. I do not know how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. And we do have some insider information for the Philippines. We got the deck breakdown and everything. The guys up there always send me like a pie chart of all the stuff happening for them and everything, and I absolutely love all the guys from all the Weiss Schwarz players from the Philippines. Y'all are awesome. They're like, hey, they talked about us. No, I very much enjoy talking with y'all. Y'all are awesome. But we're trying to catch up. The only things, it took me a little while to get to these because one, it all just happened. So many all happened within the month of August. Trying to let Weiss Tea Time catch up with some of the postings and whatnot, even for the last weekend that happened. They obviously don't have all the stuff up just yet for, say, Singapore and whatnot. They're still getting a lot of the information, so we may be taking a little bit of a break after this particular video. But I did want to showcase these three today. Figured might as well. It's going to be a while. We'll keep an eye out on like some of these, the Singapore and some of these other ones where they haven't gotten all the information just yet, and we'll come back to those and take a look-see another day. But we're going to start today with these three. So Sydney, Australia, we're going to go over here to the English Bushi site really quick, and we're going to take a look at see what was allowed and what was not. So for the Sydney, Australia one, if we scroll down here, the only three that were not allowed were Marvel, Pixar, and Disney. So could not have those. Moving on to the Manilla, Philippines. And this one, I believe, had absolutely no restrictions whatsoever. Unless this is a typo, y'all correct me. If y'all got there and were like, oh yeah, no, they said we couldn't use Adventure Time or 7 Deadly Sins or anything of that nature. Like, let me know, but they do not have anything written up here on this particular page. And lastly, for the Netherlands, we had several things that could not be used for this one. Adventure Time, Marvel, Pixar, Disney, obviously, and once again from the last episode, the quintessential quintuplets cards that begin with W83, which is from the very, very first set. As you can see, W83 is right there. And also 7 Deadly Sins cards that have SX03. That is from the very first 7 Deadly Sins set, as you can see, SX03 right there. So they could not use those in any shape, form, or fashion. So keep that in mind. Where, to be fair, from the Quint side of things, the first set really doesn't do a whole lot. It doesn't really do it any favors in terms of like helping the deck, or it doesn't have like any particular support that is really used. But I do think that for 7 Deadly Sins, there are some things from the first set. I'd have to look at the set and analyze what cards I've seen and what cards I haven't seen. But there was a lot of stuff. I do believe there was some stuff still used from the first set of Deadly Sins. Just keep that in mind as we go through this today. So moving on, let's go hop straight into Sydney, Australia. So we had 23 teams times 3 is 69 players. Nice. Y'all understood the fucking assignment, and I love that. I have to get my head out of this. So one of the ones I also mentioned in the last video was you're going to see a lot of the new Bang Dream set as well. The new Ave Musica and My Go set had dropped and was completely legal for for these tournaments and everything. So you're going to see a lot of Bang Dream, Oblivionis, and Dolores, the Dolores top end, being able to do some really funky cancel burn that bounced onto more of your characters as you went across your board. So it's very strong, very powerful. It's something you're going to see a lot because of that. So first place, Oblivionis, Dolores, Bunny Girl Senpai 8-door, and Elizabeth Hendrickson with 7 Deadly Sins. Second place, Nikkei, Modernia Biscuit, Oblivionis Dolores, and Bunny Girl 8-door. And by this point, the Bunny Girl stuff had not been hit. I should also preface it with this. Bunny Girl got a limit 2 copies of the level 3. We're going to go ahead and pull it up real quick. Of the level 3 Mai that was not that ban list was not in effect for this tournament. So it was still at full power. If it will load up really quick. Yep, because 4 copies right there. So as of like Duluth onward, you can only run 2 copies of this. Just saying. So keep that in mind as we are going through this through these lists. Third place, Elizabeth Hendrickson, 8-door Bunny Girl, and Oblivionis, and the Tomori double rare. So a different top end for this altogether, but there's a lot of really, really good setups and everything from the new Bang Dream set. It's just really good. Fourth place, Oblivionist Dolores, Yotsuba, quintuplets Yotsuba? Interesting. And Lyco Rico 8-door. I would have to say, and this is just my personal opinion, I'm not a Yotsuba hater. Before I say anything, I'm not a Yotsuba hater. But I believe a lot of players would say that out of the 5, after the premium booster, Miku probably got the most massive upgrade from the premium booster. Where Yotsuba Yotsuba got some things to help, but it's still, the Yotsuba deck is probably still considered the weakest. At least from what other people have given their opinions to me, and from what I remember looking at it, I don't think it did it enough to really push it above and beyond. So, I mean, even further down, you're going to see Nino, you're going to see Eat Ski and everything. So there's other quints up here that are going to be vastly stronger. So this was an interesting choice, bringing in Yotsuba for this. You know what? Kudos to you. Bigger balls than me. Fifth place, we have Guilty Gear, the Jacko, Baiken, and Ramlethal setup, Shakugan no Shana with the Choice Door, and Bunny Girl Senpai 8-door. Really awesome to see there. Azure Lane, we have the Taiho Bismarck setup, Ani Ferretta with 8-door. I actually, I've seen this. Also, I don't want to show some of the art for that. It's very not safe for YouTube, I feel. If you know, you know. I'm not speaking on this further. And Hololive Chloe Maureen. Very much love to see that here. 7th place with Nikkei Modernia Biscuit. Ruby, Crow, and Ruby. I definitely love this. 5th place. Then quintuplets with Eat Ski. Hololive Chloe and Gura. We love to see some Chloe Gura shenanigans. Quintuplets with Nino. And Free Ren with 8 Pants trial deck. Basically, I'm probably the trial deck top end, but I believe using probably the level 1 combo Fern. Let's take a look real quick. I'm fairly certain that's what this is. So obviously, yeah. So it did use the Fern level 1, the double rare from the set, and then it's gonna have the here we go, the trial deck Free Ren. So understandable there. Moving on. All right, so the Manila, Philippines one, we have 28 teams, times 3 is 84 players. So let's hop right into it. As you can see in this one singular slot, remember what I said to look out for the Oblivionist Dolores? That's a lot of Dolores right there, just saying. But first place, we had Dolores, we had Modernia Biscuit, and we had Blue Archive Pants Choice. Very interesting setup there. Second place, Dolores, Bunny Girl, and Nino. Third place, Dolores, Bunny Girl, and Elizabeth Hendrickson. Fourth place, we threw a little bit of a curveball in here, but kudos to y'all for rocking up with this stuff. The anniversary set from Bang Dream, the Kasumi top end, we definitely want to take a look at this. Hold on now. Nikkei Modernia Biscuit, and SAO Standby Bar, but we don't have the freaking list. I would love to see what this is. So, sadly, we do not have the list for that just yet. But SAO in the year of our Lord 2025, topping in teams, hell yeah. So, let's take a look real quick at this. Okay, I figured it was going to be this particular Kasumi for the top end. This is kind of nuts. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. At the end of this card's attack, if at long last is in your climax area, you have another anniversary or pop and party character, you can pay 2. If you do, deal 2 damage to your opponent, and until the end of your opponent's next turn. During this card's battle, you cannot receive damage by the auto effects of your opponent's characters. Which is kind of crazy, because if you're able to tri-field this, and if you have the stock to pay for all 3, you could just make it so every single one of your lanes, you cannot take auto damage, which is just no burns. The level 1 Mashiro, this one I'm not familiar with. When this card attacks, if Bask in the Light is in your climax area, you can discard 1 card. If you do, choose an Anniversary or Morphonica character in your waiting room, return it to hand. And this gets the following ability until end of your opponent's next turn. When this card is frontal attacked, you may return this card to your hand. Everyone having nightmares of fucking Aaron Yeager over here. Okay, interesting. I didn't know that card existed. I'm going to be completely and totally legit with you. So, that's a card. Interesting. Surprised that hasn't seen more play. But it's because it's limited to like the Anniversary trait as well. So that does kind of hurt it. But both on like all of its effects for the salvaging, for the bonuses and everything like that, it does kind of hurt. But really cool there. 5th place, we had Macross Venus Link, Nikkei, Rupee, Blanc, and Noir. Blanc and Noir being the shot top end. Spy Family, 6 Pants, 2 Choice. I kind of want to see what the fuck that is. Okay, so after doing a quick search, it's Marvel. We don't know what the setup is, but Marvel. So this is all the more reason why I've kind of been waiting on some stuff. We're probably going to wait a good little bit for the last 3. But so 6th place, Leica Rico, 8-door, Marvel, some particular setup. Maybe Future Me can do some research and post it up here. And then Nikkei, Modernia, Tia, and Naga. The Tia and Naga setup is actually kind of cool, so we're going to take a look at that in a moment here. 7th place, Bunny Girl Senpai, 8-door, Modernia Biscuit, and Kanata Gura. Very cool to see there. I can understand why that's done the way it is. Then 8th place, Konosuba Wind Choice. Can't click on it, but that should be the Darkness top end. Shout outs to Space Cowboy. Shakugan Ashana Choice Door, and Freerin, the 8 Pants build with all the different events and everything in it. This one was the Spy Family setup. Okay, so this is like the change setup and everything. The Anya Climax combo, when this attacks, if together on an outing is in your Climax area, you can pay 1, pitch 1. Look at up to 3 cards from the top of your opponent's deck, choose up to 3 of those, put them on top of their deck in any order, put the rest into waiting room, and then put up to 1 card from the top of your clock into waiting room. So a little bit extra healing, but being able to go, I'm going to check your top 3, and just any Climaxes are gone, just outright. So understandable. Then you do some marker shenanigans with this. Using the Fiona engine. I think everybody knows this at this point. I don't see any other Climax combos for it, so hey, awesome. Interesting set there. So the Defensive Wars. This is kind of a dumb top end. These two end up working together. The Tia ends up making it so in the middle position of the center stage, the overall Climax combo end result is that she has the great performance effect where they have to frontal and attack her, and she gets big, and she cannot be chosen by your opponent's effects. So you're able to basically protect these particular level 3 Nagas on either side of her, where hers is a bit more crazy. At the beginning of your Encore step, if Dazzling Cupid is in your Climax area, if this card is in your center stage and you have another Nikkei character, choose up to 2 cards in your waiting room, return them to your deck. Shuffle your deck. I'm going to repeat that. Choose up to 2 cards and return them to the deck. Basically, this reads, send 2 Climaxes back to your deck. So if you have like 2 of these on field, you can go, cool. At the beginning of Encore, send 4 Climaxes back into the deck and just not give a shit. And just good luck trying to deal damage to me. It's really funny, and I actually really, really like this top end, and you can early play both of these very easily. So you're trying to just summon these out at level 2 and just make it so your opponent just is not able to do any damage to you whatsoever. And then obviously it has the Modernia level 1 combo and everything. So really cool there. Nothing else super crazy that I see in here. Yeah, nothing else super crazy, but hey, I will admit this one. Okay, this one hasn't been run that much. The Nilihister. 2,500 backup, you pay a cost to give the character that's battling you plus 6 soul. So this is reminiscent of the Ramaris from Slime. That's like, okay, cool. If you somehow if I somehow was in a bad position, I could use this and try to push your soul up as high as possible, so it more than likely cancels. So that's really cool. But you're also just trying to like make it so you have so many Climaxes in the deck that you don't have to worry about that. But little extra insurance never hurts. I do like that in terms of that setup. And so for the Manila, Philippines, we do have the breakdown of the pie chart. We have a lot of different ones up here. The biggest overall representation, once again, I realize my fat head is over here. My fat body in general. Nikkei was the highest representation with 13 decks. I'm going to scoot a little bit further over. I'm kind of peeking around the corner at you. I always feel like somebody's watching me. The next one was the Bang Dream representation because of all the Oblivionis Dolores, and Bunny Girl Senpai was tied with Quince. Sorry, I was like, oh wait, there's another 6 up here. So 6 Bunny Girl, 6 Quince, 11 Bang Dream, and 13 Nikkei decks, which is just kind of nuts here. We did have like 1 random Fate deck, 3 Free Ren, Dengeki Bunko, 2 Data Live, before the restrictions were up, I believe. Chainsaw Man, Bochi the Glock, Blue Archive, 4 Bochi the Glock, really cool there. 4 Azure, 2 Avatar. People are still running Avatar after the Sokka hits. I'm curious as to what the decks for those were. Attack on Titan, which version of Attack on Titan is what I would love to know. Oshino Oshino Ko. Tokyo Revengers, 7 Deadly Sins, the one 7 Deadly Sins. Quince, 1 SAO, 2 Spy Family, 2 Shana, 1 singular Ruby deck. Shoutouts to you. 1 Mushoku Tensei, 1 Kobayashi's Maid, 2 Kobayashi's Maid Dragon, 1 Marvel deck, the one Marvel deck that we couldn't see what the deck setup was. The 1 Macross Delta in the same freaking no, it wasn't the same team. Sorry, it was a different team. 2 Lycros Recall, 5 Hololive, and 1 singular Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage deck. Really awesome there. So thank you once again to the Manila people for sending this down to me. And lastly, we're going to end it off with the Netherlands. So, first place, the team breakdown. 17 times 3 is 51 players. So, a lot of awesome players showing up for Netherlands. We have, first place, Modernia Biscuit, Don Machi Door Pants, and Spy Family 8 Pants. So, interesting combination there with the Don Machi. That is kind of... DDM is Don Machi. Let me pull that up just to confirm that I'm not a complete and total idiot. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let me see. Show me. But okay, you can clearly see Brestia there, so you know that I'm not lying. So second place was Nino, Bochi the Glock Door Bar, and Bunny Girl Senpai 8 Door. Third place, we have Scarlet Dorothy from Nikkei, Lycros Recall Pants Door, and Bunny Girl Senpai 8 Door as well. Fourth place, another Bunny Girl Senpai 8 Door, Milim Muran, I actually love to see this combination here, and the Dolores Bang Dream. Nikkei, we have Modernia Dorothy, Modernia Biscuit, just all the Nikkei in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the top 8 all had a Nikkei deck. So, just saying. And why were they all in the first slot? That's what I want to know. Anyway, y'all were planning something. Anyway, Modernia Dorothy, Itsuki, and 8 Pants Spy. Modernia Biscuit, Venus Link Macross, and SHS is the Haruhi Suzumiya? I think is what that is. Let me double check that in a second here. But 8 bar for that. Modernia Biscuit, Bunny Girl 8 Door, Nino, Bunny Girl 8 Door, the Taki Tomori. Once again, this is like new stuff from the new set for Bang Dream, and Overlord Door Bar. No, oh, wow, no, not Haruhi, it's Saikano. I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. Okay, 8 bar Saikano? Okay, interesting. Interesting choice there. I mean, hell, it got you to top cut, so there you go. And that is going to be it for this today with Netherlands. Thank y'all very much for showing up. If any of y'all participated in any of these 3 particular regionals in the Sydney, Australia, Manila, Philippines, and or the Netherlands, feel free to comment down below. Shout outs to the Weiss Philippine players once again for supplying me with the info, the insider information, if you will. Always here at Base Damage, you got to keep an eye out for us. We're everywhere. Anyway, yes, most definitely. If you if you participated in these, if you reached top cut, if you won, if you topped or whatever, feel free to comment down below. Or even if you just went to them and had a fun time playing games and stuff like that, please, by all means, feel free to comment down below and let us know. It will be really cool. I love hearing all the different stories from y'all. That is going to be it for us today. So I am going to be taking a little bit of a break on the rest of these. As you can see, like I said, with the Singapore, there's a lot of decks missing, which is totally fair. I do not expect Weiss Tea Time to have all the information out instantly, you know, but I do want to give them enough time to get the information out. As well as by the time this happened, all the more reason, by the time this happened, there was more, the ban list was in effect. That's kind of another big thing that I want to keep in mind for that when we go over that. Also for Duluth, that we just got back from as well. Duluth, we had some people in the Discord that ended up topping, and I want to be able to give them their time to do a podcast episode as well. So this may wait a little bit for all the information and all the other stuff to try to get as much in there as humanly possible, and then we can try to talk about that a bit more. But we do have a podcast episode on the way at some point. I'm trying to schedule that stuff today as I'm recording this, trying to get them together to be able to discuss that, find out their schedules and everything, and we're going to be trying to get that very soon. So thank you all very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. Like, comment, subscribe, all the cringy YouTuber shenanigans, and remember to stay based.